What's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thanks for hanging out. In today's video, I have a haul for you guys. I have a bunch of stuff I've been needing to film this video for a very long time, and I have been very bad about filming it. So today is finally the day that I am filming it. So let's just jump into it. We're going to start talking about, Tassica first. I only have 2 cards, and the first one I have is Idol of Oblivion. This card is really cool. It's new to me. I think it's going to work out really, really well because I am making a lot of tokens, and I like to draw cards. And the other card I have is Inspiring Leader, which is so cool. Basically, if you control your commander, your tokens get +2/+2, which is ridiculous. So really excited about both of those. I've got 2 pieces for Tassica. The first one's a little bit of a story. I first have Viconia. This is one of the newer cards that you can choose your background. Anyways, it's not. It's just in the deck. But anyways, I don't actually know about this card. I tested with it the other day and I wasn't like super impressed with it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's great. So anyways, it's kind of weird. I just got it, but I'm actually going to be taking this out, and I have another card that'll be in the next haul that I bought that will be in this place. So, but the other card that I got for Tassica is called Raise Dead. This is very similar to, I am picturing the art right now, but I cannot picture. There's a card that does literally the exact same thing at this. It's 1 mana and you just bounce a creature to your hand from your graveyard, which is really cool. So I have that. Okay, let's jump into next, Mugus. I have a couple of cards for that. The first thing I picked up is Piper of the Swarm. I actually got this in a trade, which was really cool. I basically needed a way to make a couple of more tokens kind of more reliably, and I thought that this would be a cool thing to do. Not really trying to do the whole rat tribal thing. It's really just to make a rat to sacrifice it. Might come out in the future, but I thought it was a cheap way to get tokens. So I have that. The next card I have is Reanimate. I also got this in a trade actually too, which was really, really cool. This card is really awesome. I like it. I then got Phyrexian Altar. This card is, this is foil. It's actually really not showing up very well on camera, but it is foil. I traded away something super, super big because this is actually really expensive still. This is from Double Masters, I think. No, Ultimate Masters. Anyways, I got this in a trade, which is the only reason why I got it, because you can get the other foil like for not a lot of money, but I got it in a trade, so really cool, excited about that. I also got a Caverick, which I figured in Mugus, the theme is sacrifice, but it's also a little bit of life drain and like damage, and I figured like let's just pick up Caverick to help with that. And it's also high CMC, which the CMC is pretty low in that deck. So, and the last one I got is Greed because I needed a couple more ways of drawing cards. Okay, let's talk about Michaela next, and funny story, we're going to actually start with a foil Michaela. So I was trading and I managed to snag this foil Michaela. I actually didn't like the art as much that came out, that the newer art that came out in the Secret Lair, but I ended up getting this, which was really cool. I'm really excited about this. So I got that, and then I got Night's Whisper, which needed a way to draw a little bit of extra cards. And I also got this in a trade, which is the reason why it's not foil. Nyx Lotus. This is kind of just a card that I'm testing out, and then if I end up liking it, I will pick it up in foil. But this seems really cool in monocolored decks specifically. So anyways, pick that up. Next, let's jump into Omnath. First up, I got Nature's Lore. I bought a bunch of these when they came out because it was the first time they were ever in foil, and I was really excited about them, so I picked that up. Great card. I also got a bunch of these you're going to see in this haul. These are the foil Oracle of Moldia's, which is really, really exciting, so I picked that up. I love this new art for Summer Bloom. I think it's absolutely stunning, so I picked this up in foil. I just think the colors in this are just incredibly pretty, so I picked this up. Then I got a Rampant Growth, which this was art that I just liked, and I picked it up as well. And then this card, I actually think I slept on a little bit, and then I realized that this card was really cool, so I picked up a couple of these. You're going to see it in a little bit as well, but this card's really cool. So you can look at the top card of the library anytime, and you can play lands from the top, and then if you have Coven, you can cast creatures from the top, which I thought was really cool. So my thought process behind this card in Omnath was, it's not really about this ability, because I'm not really going to be having creatures with 3 different powers a lot. I might, and I don't really have a lot of creatures in Omnath. That's not really the point. For me, it was like the top 2 abilities, and it's 3 mana. I have a ton of effects of this in the deck, but yeah, cool card. Okay, speaking of, let's jump into ladies. I have a couple of cards to talk about for ladies. The first one is Blood Artist, which I actually love this art. I actually love both arts for Blood Artist, but this one's a lady, and I was like, oh my god, it's perfect. I have to get it. So I picked this up. I also realized that Ladies actually needed quite a bit of card draw in it. It was kind of lacking in that department, so I picked up Harmonize as one of the ways to do it. We also literally just talked about Augur of Autumn and Oracle of Moldiah, but I picked both of these up for this deck. I also got myself a Welcoming Vampire. I think this card is actually really cool. My thought process behind this card being in... Sorry, that was a cat running. My thought process behind this card was that I can create tokens on multiple people's turns, and then it'll be like, okay, I'll get a token on, you know, my turn, and then opponent 1's turn, opponent's 2 turns, opponent 3 turn if I have the mana to do it, and then I can just draw cards. I don't know, because it only triggers once each turn, but then my thought process is doing it on everyone's turn. I thought it was really cool, so this card's awesome. And then the last card I got for Ladies was Opt. Like I said, I needed a little bit of card draw, and this would do it. And I really love these Strixhaven Mystical Archives. This specific set cycle with it, the art, I thought this was really cool, so I picked that up. Angel's got a couple of new things. I don't remember what card this is off the top of my head, but it lets you explore, like, into the dungeon, or whatever the wording of that is. So I ended up getting 2. I got the Lost Mine, and I got the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So I just kind of, like, flipped these. These are, like, really thick for some reason. I, like, don't know why. Maybe it's just because there's 2 in a sleeve, but these feel really thick for me. But anyways, I picked up 2. There's 3 of them, and these are just the 2 that I picked up. So I got those. I also got a Weathered Wayfarer, which I realized, I was like, I can't believe I've never had this card in my Angels deck, and I was like, it's about time to pick it up, so I got that. I also got, this is one of the newer Angels. This is Battle Angels of Tyr. This card is absolutely ridiculous, and I love that they're focusing on more like cheaper mana cost angels, because I feel like in the past angels have been kind of known for like being higher CMC, and it like that was like the theme for a lot of stuff in my deck. And now what's really cool about angels is I spend my early game playing cards like this and like mana acceleration, and then I can spend like later points of the game playing like cheaper angels. It just works out so well. I love this card. It's so good. Myriad is an underrated mechanic, let me tell you. And then I bought a Smothering Tide, which is so exciting. I've been wanting to get this card for a really long time, and I finally got it, and it was in foil, and really excited about it, so I got that. Okay, let's now talk about why am I blanking this deck? Alila. I got a couple of things. The first card I got is Rafine's Tower, which is the tri-land. I have a lot of the tri-lands on my wish list to pick up because I really need a lot of them. They're so incredibly cool. I love that they have all the land types. They do enter the battlefield tapped, but honestly, I don't care. Probably will not cycle them unless I really don't have, like, I have so many lands, but I love that this is all types. It's a great card. I also got Roadside Reliquary, which I love this card. This is a very specific, it belongs in a very specific type of deck. It's one where you want artifacts and enchantments, because that way you can draw 2 cards off of this. It's a really cool land. I like it. I also have, I don't know how to say this word, Idealectic. I don't know how to say that word. Anyways, Tutor. This card's really cool. You get a Tutor for an enchantment, and it's only 3 mana. Dark Seal Plate, because I wanted a little bit of protection from Alila, for Alila, and it was one of the cards that was like on my wish list to like cards get reprinted, and then they finally reprinted it, and so I bought it in foil, and I was excited. Idol of Oblivion, I talked about this card earlier, really cool for token synergy. I then also got myself a Staff of Domination. I figured I would like try this card out and like see how it works. I like it. It does a lot of different things, draws cards, taps, untaps, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. I also got Talisman of Dominance. I got this in a trade before these were announced that they would be reprinted, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. I really wanted this because this is probably my favorite, like, mana acceleration or mana rock that gets me colors. I think my favorite's still Arcane Signet, but like these are so good. I love them. I then have All That Glitters, which my friend Brad recommended me because he actually also has an Alila deck, and he was like, oh, you should put All That Glitters in there. And then I played with this, and I'm not kidding, I gave Alila like +6/+6 or +7/+7, and I like, it was really good. That card's awesome. And then I also got Inspiring Leader, which I talked about earlier. This card is awesome. Love it. Okay, I've got 2 more decks for you. The first one is Reen. I mentioned that I wanted to get more of the Tri-lands, and I also got Jetmir's Garden, which is great. I'm looking to rework the mana base in Ladies a little bit, and I want to get a couple more, and I really wanted to get it in the... I was like, let me get all the Tri ones in my Tri decks first, so I got this. The next card I got is Day of Judgment, which this one is my personal favorite art. Like, it's so cool. I love it when it's just, like, foil. Like, how cool is that? Great card. I also got a Zerta Droid. dried. I don't know how to say that. This card is really cool. I also, yeah, like, look at that foil there. That is, like, so pretty. This card is really, really cool. This card is new to me. This is called Life Crafter's Bestiary. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get to scry. When you cast a creature spell, you can pay green to draw a card. I just thought this was really cool. I feel like I cast a lot of creatures in Rain. Like, a lot of the cards can be like cheap like this, and then it's like, oh cool, gets to draw a card. So, you know, and it's cool because with Rain, if they die and then they come back to my hand, I can cast them again and then I can, you know, draw more cards. I thought it was cool. Harmonize, I feel like I needed a little bit of card draw, hence the theme there. And yeah, I managed to get this in a trade, which was so cool because it's the exact one that I wanted, which was perfect. And this one it's Vigilance, and it gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control, and for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana to your pool. And so with Rain, this is 3, so it's basically like I can tap this to add 3 mana to my pool, which is really, really cool. So I really like this card. I think it's a really cool mana acceleration, and if I don't, what I really like about this is I can attack with it because I got Vigilance, and then I can tap it to play more things. I love it. And the last one is Nature's Lore. Like I said, when this card was announced and came out, I bought a bunch of them. So okay, Riku time, and I got a thick stack. I got a lot of cool cards to chat with you guys about. And the first one is Twinning Staff. This card is really cool because it's a free so it's cool. Okay, so it's like if you would copy a spell, which you have with Riku, so you play a spell, let's just say you cast, I don't know, like Brainstorm or something like that. You copy with Riku, and then if you copy it that many times plus an additional, and you can choose new targets. It does also have this thing for 7. Hindsight, I don't know how much I'm going to be doing that because that's a lot of mana, and I feel like there's going to be other things I'm going to be doing with my mana. Nevertheless, Twinning Staff, it's a great card. I wish this card came in foil. I also got a foil Stomping Ground. I actually didn't own Stomping Ground in this deck, so I needed to pick it up, so picked it up. Stormkiln Artisan is absolutely 1000% ridiculous. It is a ridiculous Magic card. I was playing with this card the other day, and I played this, and I like copied and cast and whatever, and I had like 20 plus treasures or whatever. Yeah, I won that game. This card's great. Nature's Lore, we talked about this a bunch. I picked up a bunch. Plea for Power is new to me, and I figured I would like try it out, and this card is really cool. So you can either basically get cards or you get extra turns, which the assumption is you're probably going to get the cards with the votes, and so you do it, and then you play it once, right? And then you copy it with Riku, and then let's just say you have like something else that gets you an extra copy. You could potentially draw, increments of 3, so 3, 6, 9, 12, whatever cards, and there's ways to do that in Riku that are so easy. This card's great. I also picked up an Opt. Love this art. I finally picked up a Mana Drain. This is the only Mana Drain I own, and I really, really love it, and I really want to buy more. This card is so cool. It went in Riku first because Riku's like my baby, and it's like my new Tassica project, basically. It's like my goals now to like ultimately foil out Riku, and because I love it so much, it's probably like one of my favorite decks. And yeah, this card's great. I picked up a foil, and I was really excited. I also picked up a Time Warp. Funny story. It's actually not a funny story. It's a bummer of a story. Basically, I had tried to order this card, I'm not kidding you, maybe once or twice before, and every time I tried to order it, my order got canceled, and I never went and reordered it, and finally I like bought it, and I was like, I swear to God, if this order gets canceled, I would be so mad. Anyways, it didn't. Like I said, this is from the Strixhaven Mystical Archives. I really loved a lot of the art in this cycle, and this was no exception, so finally picked it up. I got a Lightning Greaves. So funny story about this card, and I don't remember, I think it was this card too. So Paul and I do this thing in our relationship where basically we bet on things, but like nothing is serious at all. Like we don't bet on serious things. We bet on like really dumb things. And so like one of the things we bet on like one time was like, oh, I bet like the price of like chocolate chips in like a grocery store. It's stupid. It's like dumb things. It's not serious. Anyways, it's super fun. I won this bet, and so he bought me these cards in this bet. Most of these cards like I buy for myself. Some of these I get in trades. But anyways, this was like cards in the bet, and he knows that Riku's like my baby. So he got me the Brainstorm and the Lightning Greaves, which is really exciting. So yeah. Another Strixhaven card. Look at that. There's like a third one in this deck. I was also really excited to see Arcane Signet getting a reprint, because previously the one that was the full art one, was like $20 or so, and these are so much cheaper. You can get this, I don't know, this might have been like $2 or so, which is really cool, and I really like this art, and I love the green ring, so card is great. I then, like I had mentioned earlier, I got a ton of these Oracle of Moldias. I think I bought like 4. And I think I have enough. Like, I think I got all of them that I need to, you know. I also bought a ton of Vidalcanoris, which is funny because now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I pulled out the other ones, but I promise you I bought like 3 of these. I don't remember. I think I just didn't write them on my list, but I bought a lot of these. Maybe I only bought like 2. I don't remember. Anyways, this card is really cool. I love this art. This is my favorite artifact of all time. And the purple, oh, kills me. I love it. I also got a Rampant Growth. And the last card I got in this video and in this haul is Expropriate. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Let me tell you about it. So basically, you cast this card, right, and then you copy it with Riku, which, like, is a lot of mana. I just, like, want to note that. Like, this card is a lot of mana. It's 9, and then with Riku, the copying, it's 2. And then if I have, like, Twinning Staff or Harmonic Prodigy or anything that can double my stuff, I can do this multiple times. I took, like, 7 turns the other day with this card. It was ridiculous. This card's absolutely ridiculous. It does exile, but you're probably cast this and you probably win. Or you just take everyone's stuff and then they get mad and then they, you know, don't want to play anymore. So anyways, guys, that is it for this haul. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what are some cool things that you've picked up recently, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.